Hello everybody and welcome to hole number 9 of the Eagle Peak in the Fall Major Tournament. I'm going to show you two ways on how to play this hole, and we can either play left or we can play right. The importance if we're going to play left is that we do gain enough distance with our drive, so we're not having the trees in play on the right side. But the first try here, I'm not going to play as our opponent. Our opponent's playing left, I'm going to play right. I do believe that if we, the approach and the possibility to make an albatross on this very tough par 5 is going to be going on the right side. And as you can see, we're playing from the second tee, which is Pro and Expert Division. And our opponent is getting it into the rough, and this is kind of a worst case scenario because now there is no problem, no possibility whatsoever to reach for the green in 2. So I'm actually going to use a technique that I do like a lot. I'm going to go with the max top spin, 2 bars of side spin, and I'm actually going to go for the rough bump. Why do I play for the rough bump then? It's because I feel that I can control the roll of my ball more than I would be bouncing on the fairway, trying to go with curl to get to the spot there on top. So I'm actually going to use the rough bump here, playing this one 5.1, 5.2 rings. We are going to add 10% in adjustment when we're playing on the right side. When we're playing on the left side, we're not going to add anything for elevation. But look how smooth this bounce works for us. We could go and aim a little bit further up. As you can see there, that we still had maybe 1-2 yards more distance, but I don't want to overpower. I just want to play it safe. The only thing that could change my mind on the right side on how to play that one would be if we would be having some sort of a massive headwind. Then we need to play to bounce the first bounce on the fairway, then to roll up there to the top to even have a chance to get to the green in 2. For some reason I hope we're going to have a headwind for this one in the tournament, because that will really put us players to the skill of making that perfect drive that is needed to even get it close to the green. So now we can see I'm going to have tailwind, and here it's important to pick another wood club than I did. We're going to play this one with a big dog or a cataclysm in general, so we do get those 10 yards more than the sniper level 9. But as you can see here on the roll here, it's going to be possible to just roll it straight forward there on green. We need to have in mind that the right side of this fairway, even if it doesn't look like it, it's going to be bouncing to the right a little bit. And especially if you do have crosswind, have that in mind. As you can see here now, look now how we play. We're actually following the fairway in the rough a little bit more here, which is going to, in that case, make this shot uphill. So I'm actually going to subtract 10% to this adjustment to be spot on with my numbers. Maybe it looks weird and sounds weird, but that is the play that we're going to get. So there you can see we're landing there, going into the rough, rolling out, no problem to reach to get the eagle. And we're going to go to the second example here, and now we're going to play on the left side. And the left side, as I said again, it's going to invite us to make a little bit easier drive. Just very, very important that we're not getting into the rough or into the bunker. I'm not going to add anything for elevation whatsoever, so we're just going to play it normal. If you play with a basic ball, then we can say goodbye to the eagle basically right away, if we're not having some decent tailwind. As a general note for hole 9 and left side is, if we're not having tailwind, play right side. But if we have tailwind, then we can play left side, and especially if we have straight tailwind, then we're definitely going to play left side, as that drive then is going to be very much easier. So max top spin, max side spin to just follow the fairway there. I'm going to aim a little bit closer to the bunker there on the left. So I'm just making sure that I'm going to stay away from the right side as I'm having the wind pointing left to right. I'm going to adjust this one without any elevation. As I said, I'm going to go max overpower as well. And you can see here, even though I hit it great, I'm going to be very close to the rough there on the side. But you maybe wonder, why do I play with overpower and when I'm going to reach over without overpower? It's because I want to get myself away from the trees. And from this position, I'm actually getting away from the trees. But look at our opponent here, for an example. From this line, I have so many trees. All the trees are in play. And that is going to be very, very tough to reach for the green in 2. But for our part, we're going to definitely be able to reach for the green. And I'm not going to go with... I'm not going to go and bounce on the fairway. I'm actually going to go for a rough bump from this position. So I actually can go straight at the pin. So, and again, choosing the left side, make sure you do gain some distance. And there is definitely a possibility here with some minor tailwind to pull out the power 5 ball and an upgrade, a big topper, like a big topper level 4, level 5. And then gain some distance with that top spin that the big topper has. Now here amongst the trees, it's going to be very tough to make the eagle. But now you can see here we're actually playing over the trees as it seems. But that is because we did gain enough distance. And that is going to always be riskful here. So now I'm going to go for the rough bump. It's going to be an aggressive approach, but it's definitely going to be a possible approach to play with. I aim slightly to the right side of the pin just because we're going to have wind coming in from the right to left wind. And then we're going to adjust, and now we're going to adjust down into the bunker, which is going to give us a little bit of a lower trajectory. So the important part here, in my opinion, is that we, in that case, decide to go with a little bit more topspin, so we do not have to move the landing position when adjusting down into the bunker. I know technicalities, but important. We hit the rough where we want to, and coming in very, very nice. Get in a hole then! So close for an albatross. But this is how you play hole number 9 from the left side. So, thanks a lot for watching hole number 9. And if you do have any question, please let me know in the comment section below. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. Good luck in the fall major tournament.